Robert Zhang asks, what's your favorite unintentionally funny moment?
Oh, I have time. I need time to think.
I have one. I had to think about this one, but I know what my answer is here. But with any favorite, we've given this disclaimer on previous episodes. This is just what we can think of in this moment. And with any kind of favorite thing, it's almost guaranteed that like immediately after we stop recording or a little bit later, we're going to be like, oh, we should have said that one. And then it's all over. So just remember that we're all facing these questions in the moment. And so sometimes obvious things or whatever consideration, blah, blah, blah. One of my favorite unintentionally funny moments has to be, and this is no offense to the original artist, but in extracurricular activities, Darius's face with the original art. And that is the reason why Darius has that voice in my playthrough, because Darius's voice was not always sounding kind of smoothed out and kind of with a almost Southern Belle style the way that he is now. Originally, it was a lot more like pointed and kind of stumbly, because I thought he had a stupid face. I thought he had a stupid face. And so I gave him a stupid voice. And so a voice that eventually became this started off as this. I'm Darius. And so I started off as this. And so at one point someone asked, hey Darius, what do you like to do? You're going to the pool? What are you going to do there? Swimming. And that, with him with that face and a totally grayed out background, and just with that voice saying swimming, I just cracked up.
Okay, I got one. I got a couple.
All right. Marshmallow Bears, let's hear the lols.
So lots of things can happen on stream. It's a live event. And the first one was during my first ever VN stream. I was streaming Echo Route 65, I think it's called. Mm-hmm. And in comes this person. So this is my first time showing everyone in my sphere of people this thing, this game, this Echo stuff. So my mods don't know about it, my friends don't know about it, and in comes this person that just talks about Janice drinking piss. This person named Janice drinking piss. And so one of my mods is like, okay, fuck you, and bans them. I look on the Echo Discord, and in there, McSkinny is like, fun stream, got banned for some reason though.
No.
And I was like, you banned the writer?
What? Oh no, don't bring up Juicy with that.
But yeah, so the first time I ever streamed Echo, McSkinny got banned. We unbanned him, so it's all good now. But like, yeah. And then the second one, we're streaming Echo again. We're in Leo's route, so Kudzu's there. And I have a friend who knows Kudzu's creator. And they asked them a question. And it took them a while to answer the question. But during we were reading the novel, and are you guys familiar with Alpha, Beta, Omega?
Yeah. 2-1.
So it's a fan fiction thing. It has a lot to do with Mpreg.
Oh my god! Where the hell are you going with this?
we're just reading a visual novel, and my friend just comes and says, Marsh, they got back to me. And I'm like, they got back to what? No, like I asked Kudzu's creator, what is Kudzu an alpha or an omega? Like, Kudzu's an omega. And I'm just like, holy shit!
Oh my Lord. Is this
So,
the person
word of God.
the MPreg person?
So, word of God, Kudzu's the bottom.
I would have guessed. I thought the
We also
opposite.
got a hard confirmation that stream that Kudzu's in the piss. But you know.
Oh, what
No!
the fuck?
Not again!
No,
What?
stop.
Stop!
I want to get
Why are you doing this? Because this is not your. This is what I get because I did this on Dirk's channel. I was like, "Oh, it's not my channel. I don't have to worry about TOS." This is Marsh coming back and getting vengeance on your.
But yeah, those are my moments.
Gosh, this is about up there with me and Dirk played a VN a long time ago.
Oh, not that one.
Yeah.
Stop. No.
I was just like, I'm gonna play this VN. I'm like, oh,
I joined it. It was like you and one other person were just reading it, just shooting the shit. And I'm like, so what's happening? And it just gets into this really awkward scene. And I was like, I'm sorry, what is he wearing?
Oh, oh my god. Oh, it was-
What are you guys trying to do to me?
Oh,
Trying to run a
God.
family show here. Just
These
trying to
are
have a
visual novels. Do
conversation.
you think they're family friendly?
Depends on the family.
See, I feel bad because the two examples I have are not from streams. And now, of course, I can't think of the streams. Any other time, I'm like, oh, I remember that funny scene for that video. And now I'm like, can't remember.
Well, if I had to go off like the most recent one that I just found stupid, like just stupid but funny, was like at the end of Where the Demon Lurks. Shoot, I'm not sure if this is like a scene we streamed or whatever. I think maybe we saw this on stream, but basically the main character Kobu, or as we call him, Kabu, is like sleeping on his bed or whatever. It's just like what is it, on the floor type of like futon type of situation, and it's like. Normally, the scene there itself just shows the bed and nothing else, just the bed in the background. And then it's like they eventually, one scene, just put Kobu on top of the bed, just his CG full body, like at a 70-degree angle, just laying on top of this bed. And I'm just sitting there, just internally, just cracking up at like how funny it is just to see like this realistic background with just an animated sprite just plopped on top of this like futon. Just like it was just so funny. Like maybe it was kind of meant to be like corny, but oh my gosh, I was like, it's just so dumb to me. But I'm like, it works. It works.
It's funny.
Well, there's one minor one in Route 65, and usually I broke into my narration to make a comment. And that was towards the end. They walk along the train tracks with Leo and Chase. And if you remember, at one point, Leo impersonates his mother. So I can't remember exactly the lines are now. But it comes to, Leonardo, why don't you find a nice girl and she carries on like this? And I had to stop and say, I have absolutely no idea what accent that was supposed to be. Because I was desperately trying not to laugh at how that came out. But the main one for that kind of thing is actually from Far Beyond the World. It's when we first meet Cora. I told Fall in this story. Unfortunately, I don't have the footage to show anyone. But she has the line back then. It's like, ooh, so strong. And usually I hadn't read ahead for this section. It was so new when I was recording. So I just going along. And the way the line came out, it's not the same voice I gave her later. But what the people heard watching the video, if I hadn't edited it out, was something along the lines of, ooh, so strong. Me laughing uncontrollably for like 30 seconds. Because just the delivery of the line I was not expecting. So I had to go back and redo it. And people actually comment. You can hear me trying not to laugh in the narration just after that line. Because I couldn't leave it in. I should have put it as an outtake after the video. It would have been funny for people. I forgot, though.
Yeah.
That's probably the single funniest thing I've had happen when I'm recording. Not just it's a funny line, just I was not expecting that.
Nice.
The two examples I have are both, unfortunately, I can't think right now of like an example when I actually played it and I have video footage. But the first time was when I was attempting to play Wolfstar Sins in Paradise. And it's not probably not what you're expecting. It's not anything like mean or anything to do with the creation or the art or anything. So when I was playing the VN, I was like, okay, I was playing the VN, I was doing a test run, and which I later realized, yeah, there's no way I can get this on YouTube. But I played it, and the first scene that made me burst out laughing, just because how it comes out of it, how the way it comes up. The first scene, when the two main characters, Wolfstar and Hyper, end up in the purgatory, and out of nowhere, Wolfstar's like, "We have to do it," and I was like, "What?" I was like, and I'm just like, so that scene made me laugh just because it kind of came out of nowhere for me, and I wasn't expecting it. And then the second one that made me laugh was actually from Major and Minor, and that scene was more like, again, like just surprise. It's when you first meet the assassins, because they just pop in, and I wasn't expecting one of them to look the way they do at all, and I was like, wait, he's an assassin?
Are you talking about the giant one?
No, I'm talking about the colorful one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that scene, I was like, what? I was like, just wasn't expecting, so I laughed, and I was like, I was like, and then I was like, oh no, that one I do have one recording, because I remember I made that one of the highlights, because I was just like, what? I was like, what the hell?
The Ezio Auditore had the color palette of Krusty the fucking Clown.
Yeah, it was just so out there. I was like, what? I was like when you introduce assassins, I don't expect you to be the first one you introduced. I'm just like, what? But the other one's a little minor. It was just more at a surprise. That one just the Major Minor I generally laughed, but the other one was more just surprised. Like, okay, the scene kind of came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Request, but yeah, that's all I got for right now. Unfortunately, I know there's more. I'll think about them after we finish recording. I'm like, oh, there was this time and this time, but